This is one of the smallest districts in the whole country. Barely 72 square kilometers, squeezed onto the coast of Gujarat. And yet in 2020, this tiny place was chosen to be the capital of an entire union territory. This is Daman. For more than 4 centuries, this little stretch of the Arabian Sea coast was not part of India at all. It was Portuguese. They arrived in 1559 and stayed for over 450 years, longer than the British ruled almost anywhere in India. Old forts, baroque churches, quiet beaches, and a reputation for cheap liquor. Daman packs an astonishing amount into one of the tiniest districts in India. This is everything you should know about Daman. Daman sits on India's west coast, at the mouth of the Daman-Ganga river, where it spills into the Arabian Sea. On every landward side, it is wrapped by the Valsad district of Gujarat, a tiny pocket of territory cut off from the state all around it. The district covers just 72 square kilometers and is home to around 191,000 people by the 2011 census. That makes it one of India's smallest districts by area, but one of the most densely packed. The Daman-Ganga river splits the town neatly into two. To the north lies Nani Daman, Little Daman. To the south, Moti Daman, Big Daman. A single bridge stitches them together, lined on both sides with rows of colorful fishing boats. For most of its modern history, Daman was governed from far away. First from Goa, the seat of Portuguese India. Then, after liberation, as part of the Union Territory of Goa, Daman and Diu. When Goa became a full state in 1987, Daman and Diu were split off into their own small union territory. And then, in January 2020, came the biggest change of all. Daman and Diu were merged with Dadra and Nagar Haveli into a single union territory, and the town of Daman was chosen as its capital. The district itself is compact, a single taluka, also called Daman, with its headquarters in the town. For its size, Daman now carries an outsized administrative weight. Daman's story is above all a Portuguese story. After several failed attempts, the Portuguese finally took Daman on the 2nd of February 1559. They saw at once what it offered: a sheltered harbour on the sea route between Asia and the West. Between 1559 and 1581, they raised the great Moti Daman fort, a vast bastioned fortress of high walls and 10 citadels guarding the river mouth. Inside it, in 1603, they built the church of Bom Jesus, a jewel of Portuguese baroque, its carved entrance and gilded interior dedicated to the infant Jesus. Daman stayed Portuguese for more than 450 years. That ended only in December 1961, when the Indian Armed Forces launched Operation Vijay. On the 19th of December, the Maratha Light Infantry took Daman, and 4.5 centuries of Portuguese rule came to an end. For such a small place, Daman earns its living in several different ways. The sea comes first. Fishing has sustained communities here for centuries, and you can still watch the day's catch come in along the Daman-Ganga. Industry matters too. Ready-made garments and plastics are mainstays, helped by the tax advantages of a small union territory. But the most famous pillar of Daman's economy is liquor. Daman is a low-tax haven for alcohol, and it sits right beside Gujarat, a state where alcohol is banned. The result is a steady stream of visitors crossing the border for a drink, and rows of bars and liquor shops doing brisk business. Beaches, forts, and cheap spirits. Together, tourism has become Daman's lifeblood. 4.5 centuries of Portuguese rule left behind much more than forts. Daman is a meeting of cultures, Gujarati in its everyday life, yet still carrying a distinct Indo-Portuguese flavor. Catholic churches stand alongside Hindu temples, and a small Damanese Catholic community keeps Portuguese-era traditions alive. The everyday language is Gujarati, with Hindi and faint echoes of Portuguese in old family names and place names. The festival calendar reflects this blend. Alongside the Hindu festivals, Daman comes alive each winter for its grand Christmas carnival, when the beaches fill with lights, music, and crowds. On the plate, the coast rules. Fresh seafood, fish curry, and an easy mix of Gujarati and Goan Portuguese cooking. Daman has never been about famous names, so much as the communities that have layered themselves here over the centuries. There are the old fishing families who have worked these waters for generations. There is the Damanese Catholic community, descendants of the Portuguese centuries, who still gather in the churches of the forts. There was once a notable Parsi presence too, drawn here in colonial times for trade. And today there is a steady flow of newcomers, workers in the garment and plastics units, and the Gujarati tourists who treat Daman as their weekend escape. It is a small place, but very much a crossroads. For visitors, Daman is surprisingly rich. Start with Moti Daman Fort. Its massive walls, its grand sea gate, and 2 lighthouses, old and new, looking out over the Arabian Sea. Within the wall stands the Church of Bom Jesus, more than 4 centuries old. Across the river in Nani Daman, the smaller fort of St. Jerome guards the northern bank, with its own seafront church. Then there are the beaches. Devka Beach to the north is rocky and dramatic, its black rocks glowing red at sunset. Jampur Beach to the south is quiet and gentle, the sea almost free of currents, a long, calm stretch of sand backed by casuarina trees. And every winter, the Christmas carnival turns the whole waterfront into a festival of lights and music. So that is Daman. Barely 72 square kilometers, yet a Portuguese fort town, a beach getaway, a liquor capital, and now the seat of a union territory all at once. A tiny district with 4 centuries of history packed inside its walls. If you enjoyed this, comment your own district below. We will cover it next. And subscribe to Indian Districts for more.